Hello, this is Gray Hughes. I was given permission by Justin Lum of Fox 10 Phoenix to play the newly released body camera footage of Charles Vallow on January 31st when Lori was doing a bunch of her crazy stuff, taking his truck and getting rid of all of his clothes and all that. We've heard about all that. She is a whack job. But in this video here, the police are talking to Charles and the neighbor, and I think it's the same neighbor that they called in the other body camera footage at the police station when Lori was brought in and they got a hold of Charles on the phone, and you could actually, and then they talked to the friend or whoever this is, the neighbor of Charles, and he seems to be in the same, this video here, okay? Now, Justin Lum of Fox 10 Phoenix has been doing amazing reporting out of Phoenix. He and Nate Eaton of East Idaho News have been really the two main reporters on this case from the beginning. A lot of other people, the bigger networks, take their work and put it out there. And what's really cool about them is they're gracious enough to allow, smaller YouTubers like myself to use their footage and some of their content, because we're not going to have access to it, so that it allows us to get the story out to a lot of other people. Okay, so let's now take a look at this body camera footage at Charles Vallow's house on January 31st, 2019, just 5 months or so before he was murdered by Alex Cox. And that's my opinion, is that Alex Cox murdered him and that it was not self-defense. Okay? So we'll use the word allegedly. It's silent at the beginning.
Children, correct.
Other than what she said today.
Yeah, what she said was subjective, I guess.
And I also, if you listen to the original audio, it's really low. So what I did was I downloaded the video, took the audio out, and put it through a software program that sort of levelized everything, and now it should all be, you should be able to hear it clearly throughout.
She said, take the kids, I don't care.
I don't care what happens to them. Take the kids, I don't care what happens to them.
Well, that's not a direct threat to harm.
I know.
Everything she said it sounded very carefully subjective.
But she won't contact me, won't tell me where they are.
Yeah.
There's something I can do about that? Because she's got a Infinity.
Did she say she was leaving or anything like that, or did she say anything like that?
In fact, she told you not to come back, is what she said.
Right.
Well, as a parent, she has the right to take her children, whether, who knows where she's at. We don't know where she's at. She has the right to take the children. You weren't home at the time, so she's in her legal right to do so. Mm-hmm. Okay. As of right now, the statements that are listed in here are provided by you, which, to my understanding, you kind of overheard some of them. Okay. Did you hear her make statements of wanting to harm or kill herself? Did you hear any statements of her wanting to harm or kill Charles?
No, other than she used the word destroy,
That's
which again, subjective.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, how subjective is the term destroy? I mean, yes, it could mean a lot of, different things, but every one of them is illegal, right? If she's going to destroy him financially, that means she did it intentionally. If she's going to destroy him physically, that means she probably murdered him. So it's not like, oh, well, it's just nebulous. She could be meaning picking flowers, okay? It's nothing like that. Saying you're going to destroy somebody isn't really ambiguous. It means that you're really going to try to destroy them. And look what happened to him. He was murdered. Okay? She tried to take all of his money. She is an absolute monster. Okay? Now, you heard how she said that she didn't want to hurt she didn't care what happened to the kids. Well, right, because, see, Lori, the whack job, believes that JJ and Tylee are zombies. And, of course, zombies need to be killed because they are inhabited by an evil spirit. So you got to kill the zombie, and then that would free the spirits that were then stuck in limbo, which would be JJ and Tylee. And so she's actually doing a great thing by harming the kids. A physical body, of course, right? So she's really proud of herself. She's an absolute whack job. And she actually thinks that Charles is somebody else as well, and we'll hear about that a little bit later.
Could have meant a number of things, obviously.
Okay.
There was definitely nothing that would qualify as a terroristic threat or
So she didn't say, I'm going to kill you or anything like that? She didn't say she was going to kill herself or anything like that? Just some... Okay.
Just the irrational statements about calling him a different name and saying he was a different person. There was a level of disconnect from reality that was a bit disturbing, but that was...
Yeah, do you hear that? Level of disconnect from reality. Calling him a different person.
Again, that's just my impression. I don't have anything substantial to back that up with just one quick conversation.
And when did you try to call the nephew?
10 times today.
Excuse me?
Twice last night, 10 times today.
Okay.
He won't answer. No text. Look, here's his text. Last time he answered me was Tuesday.
But you were home Tuesday, right? Or you left Tuesday morning?
I left
You left Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning. It was last Tuesday. Okay. Then yesterday, no word from him. No word from Tylee, my daughter.
Does your daughter live here too?
Yeah.
From what I'm gathering, correct me if I'm wrong, this is where I would go. First of all, we don't know if she took your truck. So you parked it at Sky Harbor on Tuesday morning.
Hey, here's one thing it bothers me. Yeah, maybe you guys will notice this too, but the attitude of this officer on the right is disturbing to me. Okay, he just is really ho-humming it, and you know, it's like, be aware of what's really going on here. Listen to what they're saying. Okay, you've got a neighbor that even noticed that she's a little bit crazy herself. You know, he said that the same thing that Charles has said. Okay, so there's some backup here.
I would contact Phoenix Police, make a stolen vehicle report with them.
She took all my clothes out of my closet too, so this is what I got.
Start with Phoenix PD, report your truck.
Yeah, not a word about, wow, you're missing all your clothes. That's crazy. Just, are you listening? Okay, start with the PD department.
Stolen, okay. As for tonight, we don't have a crime. We tried to serve this during the course of doing a welfare check. Okay. All the doors were locked.
This can't be served again.
Hold on, time out, let me finish. You gave him permission to force entry into your home. What I can do is I can do a special incident report documenting some of this information. Okay. As of right now, there is no crime. Okay. We attempted to conduct a welfare check here by speaking with your wife and also to serve this.
Pickup order, right?
2 separate calls. We classify it 2 separate calls. Okay. Normally we don't do this after 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. It's
a civil order, and we're not even allowed to serve a search warrant without a judge's specific order at nighttime. There has to be specific cause that says that this needs to be served at night for some reason. So those don't get served at night normally.
This falls into that criteria, same criteria. The only reason why we're here is some of the statements that you made towards our dispatchers that you provided to them, that he made the decision to come here to conduct a welfare check to make sure that your children are safe. Okay. Upon us being here, you gave us permission to force entry into your home. That's got to be documented regardless. Okay. That covers our end. So what I can do is I can type out that special incident report. You'll have a report with Phoenix Police. Technically, I mean, at this point, you know, you can do a missing persons report, but
She's taking my son out of school.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, even if she did, she has that legal right. She's the parent. She can do that. So we don't.
My permission? I mean,
She's the legal guardian of the child.
What can I do, guys? What can I do?
Like you said, you can file the police report with Phoenix. One way to try and get a response from one of them is say, hey, send a message to all of them saying, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. My truck was gone from the airport. I've reported it stolen to Phoenix Police Department. If you guys took it, you need to let me know. So, because what's going to end up happening is...
GPS, can I track it with that?
If you got OnStar or whatever, you can call them and find out.
F1.
Yeah, whatever their version of that is, and
Who can I
you
go
can find
to?
out where it's at, then that's completely up to you. But again, it's the only thing we're gonna do, even if your reporter is missing, is if we find her, it's gonna be, hey, are you missing? And she's gonna say, nope.
What about the pickup order for tonight?
The pickup order is listed in our system, okay? If we come across her, we can serve that to her and take her to Community Bridges.
Okay.
If she's found in Orange County, California, they're not gonna take her to Community Bridges,
Okay.
okay?
If they find her in Flagstaff, they're not gonna do anything with it. They're gonna bring her down there.
I know that.
They're just, that's an order that's basically gonna be held up around here in this area. They're not gonna bring her down from anywhere else. So if they're somewhere else and they're long gone, there's, you know.
We understand you're in a tough situation and it's kind of alarming to you. We get that part. But what we're providing is what we can do on our end.
I'll report my car stolen from the airport and a missing persons report and check with the school and tell them.
When you make that report, don't tell the officer who you're reporting.
He does get a little bit better as it goes on. I think he realizes maybe he was even sitting around thinking, God, what if this was me? And then his attitude got a little bit better.
My wife took it, because we don't know that.
Okay.
Make sure that you explain to him that you suspect she did,
Sure.
and she's in the company with such and such, such and such. Make them know that you have a
Okay.
handicapped young child, because if it comes out stolen, you know, and she's just driving along, we don't want them to pursue the vehicle to, you know, we don't want to put your children in
She'll be in
danger.
unfinished, so she won't be in my truck.
But what I'm saying is just kind of, you know,
Okay.
let them know some of the information of what's going on. But we don't know if she took it, we don't know if it
If
was
she
actually
doesn't show
stolen.
up, just disappears, there's nothing I can do after a period of time when I can't see my son.
You're gonna have to go down to the court and file paperwork
I'm
for
going tomorrow to file paperwork for my son.
whether it's divorce paperwork or
Can I
custody
get
or
a copy
whatever.
of this so I can give it to the attorney so we can file it for,
We can't give you a copy of that, no.
okay.
You should be, if you contact community, you filled it out with Community Bridges, you can ask them what paperwork they can give you, but we can't release
So
that
you can pick
paperwork.
her up
If we find her,
if I say she's here, come get her, you can do that?
Well,
it depends on when you do it. If you find her at 4 o'clock in the morning,
No, 8 to 10.
yeah.
A.M. 10.
If you find her in the morning and it's outside those nighttime exception hours, which is 10 o'clock at night till 6:30 in the morning, and somebody who finds her, they can take her. Like this case, where we came here to do the welfare check on the children, if we happen to come across her, we can serve it on her. But we can't come out here and just to serve it on her.
Gabe, I'm gonna need a ride tomorrow to go get a rental car.
Yeah.
Okay, just call me in the morning. Go home.
so what's gonna happen is this paperwork, we'll
I'll leave you in good hands.
Thank you. We'll hand it off to the next sergeant who comes on, which will be the daytime team, the morning team. And then they'll have this paperwork in their possession. Do you plan on being here the whole time tomorrow?
I have nowhere to go.
Well,
I have no
you
computer.
gotta go get the rental car, you just asked them to come get it.
Besides, yes, I'll do that.
So if she comes home tomorrow, you can call us, and we'll come out with this paperwork,
Okay,
and then that upcoming team will take care of the issue.
okay.
So, start with the Phoenix Police. I'll do the special incident on
Make sure you're
the
flush.
forcing entry and why we were
I'm not,
here.
that's fine.
That way, some of the information will be documented on our end. I just need you have your driver's license with you?
Need it?
Sorry,
Does it say Nick Schneider on it?
was trying not to kick it hard enough to swing it open and hit that other door, but that's what ended up doing it, so.
She's got a Hawaii driver's license. We moved here from Hawaii.
1725. By chance, do you have Charles 27?
You know what? One of the things I get from this is how calm Charles is in a really stressful situation. You know, he's not flying off the handle. He's not freaking out, going, "Well, she was like this. She was like," you know. He's just having a conversation. So it sort of shows you what kind of person he is. He's pretty mellow.
She's gotta have some sort of place to go. She might not even pack everywhere. Your friend's family around here?
Her probably her sister or her brother's house or her mom and dad's house.
That's all local.
Thank you.
Start with them tomorrow. Okay, I don't want to add more concern to you by you trying to call them tonight and them not answering.
I'm
You guys are
going to
asleep.
bed, guys. I'm wore out.
Completely understand. Completely understand.
Thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, so there you go. That is the body camera footage there. And why don't you, in the comment section, let me know what you guys think. I mean, Lori is a absolute whack job, all right? She thinks that Charles is actually some other being. And as we've said, they believe in zombies. And a zombie is somebody who is an evil spirit that can then occupy someone else's body during a traumatic event or some sort of weakness. So they'll go in and take over. So Lori believes that Charles is actually some other person. I think it's Nick Schneider, I think is what the name is. I think Schneider for sure is the last name. And then she also believes that Tylee and JJ are zombies. Well, the only way to free... Now, okay, and here's what happens. When you're a zombie, your spirit gets put in limbo until the host that you came from is killed. So Lori, in her just whack job mind, believes that killing Charles, JJ, and Tylee will free them, their spirits, from limbo by killing the host. So you kill the host, it frees the spirits in limbo and destroys the evil spirit that took over the body. I mean, she is absolutely crazy. All right, so put in the comment section what you think, and I'll be on later this evening to maybe discuss more of this and definitely some of the other cases of Maddie Bell. Okay, that is a crazy case. We got some more information. I actually had somebody out there in the area that did some filming. We'll take a look at that. All right, everybody. So that is it. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there.